My sister called me selfish for missing her engagement. But she forgot why I wasn't there. I'm Mark, 31, born and raised in California. My sister, Rachel, 28, is the golden child of the family, the kind of person who can crash her car into a mailbox and my parents will still blame the mailbox for being too close to the road. She's dramatic, emotional, and sensitive in ways only the youngest child can be. Me. I'm the opposite. I overthink everything. I need plans, schedules, confirmations. So when my wife Emily and I planned our honeymoon, we planned it 10 months in advance. A dream trip, Malaysia, Borneo, deep in the jungle. Off-grid, no signal, no roads, no nothing. Just us, wildlife, and the loudest silence we've ever heard. Everyone knew about this trip. Everyone approved, including Rachel. So imagine my shock when we finally returned to civilization. Turned our phones on, and I had 47 missed calls, 13 angry texts, and 3 voicemails from my parents asking why I abandoned my sister on her special day. Her engagement day. An engagement I didn't even know existed. Apparently, she planned it last minute and assumed I'd cancel my honeymoon. I didn't. She was furious. But that wasn't even the beginning of the madness. If you think that's unreasonable, wait till you hear what she revealed next. Part 2 is where the real plot twist hits. Follow for the next chapter. My sister called me selfish for missing her engagement. But she forgot why I wasn't there. Update. When I finally got Rachel on a call, she didn't even say hello. She opened with, "I can't believe you didn't fly halfway across the world for me." Halfway across the world. From the middle of the Borneo jungle. With no Wi-Fi. Sure, Rachel. But then, she slipped. She let out a line she didn't mean to say. If you came, things would have looked more real. Real. That's when I felt something off. Rachel wasn't the type to settle down. Her boyfriend, now fiancé, Evan, was quiet, polite, almost too patient for her emotional storms. Their relationship always felt lukewarm. So why the rush? When I pressed her, she clammed up. "Don't start your detective crap, Mark." Later that night, Emily told me something she noticed months ago. Rachel avoided every conversation about the future, marriage, kids, buying a house. She'd change the subject every time. And now suddenly, a surprise engagement party. During the 1 week she knew I'd be off-grid. Something didn't add up. You won't believe who contacted me next. And what they told me about Rachel's engagement. Part 3 is where the truth begins to show itself. My sister called me selfish for missing her engagement. But she forgot why I wasn't there. Update. The next morning, I got a surprising message. Not from my sister. Not from my parents. But from Evan, her fiancé. He texted, "Can we talk? Privately." That's when everything clicked. He had never reached out like this before. We hopped on a call. And he sounded defeated. Exhausted. Like someone carrying a secret for too long. He told me the engagement wasn't his idea. It was Rachel's. No, scratch that. It was Rachel's panic. Because a week before I left for Malaysia, Rachel found something. A message on Evan's laptop from a woman named Lena. Nothing romantic. But definitely intimate. Late night venting. Personal stories. Inside jokes. Emotional cheating. Maybe. But here's the real twist. Evan didn't want Rachel to find out because Lena was his therapist. A secret therapist. Because he didn't feel emotionally safe talking to Rachel. That detonated everything. Rachel accused him of cheating. He threatened to walk out. She panicked and demanded they get engaged to prove they could fix this. He agreed. But only if things actually changed. Spoiler, they didn't. But the next plot twist, it involves my parents. My sister called me selfish for missing her engagement, but she forgot why I wasn't there. Update. After talking to Evan, I confronted my parents. I assumed they'd be rational. Nope. My mom answered the phone like she'd been waiting to scold me since the dawn of time. "Mark, your sister needed you. You should have come home." I reminded her. I was in a rainforest where my bed was literally a hammock tied to 2 trees. No sympathy. But then my dad slipped up. He said, "If you were here, you could have helped keep her calm." Calm? Why would she need calming? Then he added, "She was already unstable after the incident." What incident? Silence. Then my mom whispered, "Rachel thought you planned your honeymoon this week on purpose. To hurt her." My sister genuinely believed I flew to the other side of the planet to emotionally sabotage her. That wasn't delusion. That was something deeper. That's when my dad finally admitted it. Rachel has been having breakdowns for months. Mood swings, panic attacks, jealousy fits, therapy sessions she kept quitting. And the biggest bomb, she resented me for being the stable one, for having a healthy marriage, for traveling, for being happy. Her sudden engagement wasn't romance. It was rivalry. But nothing prepared me for part 5. When I found out what Rachel told the entire family about me. Comment your thoughts. My sister called me selfish for missing her engagement, but she forgot why I wasn't there. Update. I found out the real reason everyone was furious at me. It wasn't because I missed the engagement. It was because Rachel told them something absolutely insane. She claimed I refused to attend because I was jealous she was getting married before my honeymoon. Except I was on my honeymoon, already married, in Borneo, with Emily literally beside me eating rice out of a banana leaf. But Rachel told everyone. Mark could have changed his dates. He just didn't want to. He wanted attention during MY week. She spun an entire story. That I purposely scheduled the trip the same time. That I blocked her number. That I told her she was ruining my moment. None of that happened. But the family believed her. Because for years, they enabled her emotional storms instead of challenging them. When I confronted her, she screamed, "You should have put family first. You always think you're above us." Above. I was literally in a jungle sleeping next to insects the size of AirPods. But then she said the line that broke me. "I needed you there because I needed people to think we're normal." Normal. This wasn't about a celebration. It was about image. Control. Fear. Part 6, the finale, is where everything explodes. And the truth finally comes out in front of everyone. My sister called me selfish for missing her engagement, but she forgot why I wasn't there. Update. A week after I got home, the entire family gathered at my parents' house. Rachel insisted. She said we needed to fix the family. Translation, she wanted to interrogate me in person. At first, she played the victim. Fake tears. Shaking voice. Rehearsed lines about being abandoned. Claiming I prioritized tourism over blood. But then, Evan stood up. And this man, shy, quiet, polite Evan, finally snapped. He exposed everything. The false narrative. The emotional manipulation. The panic engagement. The jealousy issues. The meltdown that caused the last-minute party. And her obsession with comparing her life to mine. My parents were stunned. Rachel went from crying to screaming in seconds. She accused Evan of betraying her. Then accused me of turning him against her. Then stormed out of the house. My mom cried. My dad apologized. Evan said he didn't think the marriage would happen anymore. As for me, I finally said, I love my sister, but I refuse to be punished for living my life. That was the first time anyone in the family ever said it. Since that night, Rachel hasn't spoken to any of us. Evan broke off the engagement 2 days later. Was the best mistake I ever made. Should I reach out to her? Or let her come to me? Comment what you do, because at this point, the next move might explode everything again.